So the StatusGator MCP server has been in production now for more than a month. People are doing some really cool stuff with it. Let's take a couple minutes and I'll show you some of the things I'm using the StatusGator MCP server for. So now that I've connected my StatusGator account to my Claude through the StatusGator MCP server, I can use natural language to ask StatusGator about the status of services. For example, check my StatusGator board. Is SharePoint down? Let's see what it finds out. So it's going to use the board monitors tool inside the StatusGator MCP. And it's saying, well, SharePoint isn't a standalone monitor on your board. It's covered under the Microsoft 365 suite, which is currently in a warn state, saying some users may not receive results when performing searches in SharePoint. So look at that. Now I can just ask through the MCP server what's going on with my monitors. But I can do a lot more too. For example, I can use the history in StatusGator to try to find out how reliable some of my monitors are. And that's one of the most powerful things about StatusGator. We have more than 10 years of history for some of our services. So let's ask StatusGator about the history of, how about GitHub? We all know GitHub's been trashed recently. Let's take a look. How reliable has GitHub been? Check StatusGator. So if all things go well, it should be using the StatusGator history tool inside the MCP server. And I will pull the history and do some analysis on it. Let's take a look. Here it says the last 30 days have been bumpy. It says 45 incidents in the last 30 days, including code search disruption, 8 hours down. Yep, the takeaway is core Git hosting has been reliable, but the surrounding surface area, Copilot actions, code spaces, pages has had near daily incidents. Well, that lines perfectly with what I've been seeing on GitHub. For the most part, the core stuff works, but there have been a lot of issues. And this is actually one of the most useful and interesting parts of the LLM processing this information. When you look at historical data, you often find that the raw numbers aren't that useful. A lot of incidents are not totally outages. They are maybe minor issues, degraded performance, maybe affecting things that aren't key to your workflows. And when you use the LLM to help process the context around that, the text, the information, what people are saying about the outage, you can get much more useful reporting about the reliability of your vendors. Here's another fun example. Let's look at maybe a recent issue we had and see if there was a problem at the time. So let's say you're investigating an alert that happened last night. Well, actually, this morning I had problems signing into Chase Bank. Let's take a look. Look at StatusGator and tell me, was there an issue with Chase earlier today? It's thinking. There we go. Yes, earlier today, StatusGator flagged a possible outage. Online and mobile banking login not available. It was an early warning signal detected by StatusGator but not officially acknowledged on Chase's status page. So it likely affected real users but wasn't formally posted as an incident. There you go. It's a perfect way to help correlate blips and bops that you get, maybe an alert that you had. This is a really useful thing that I've been using on a regular basis. So those are just a few examples, but I'm really just scratching the surface here. I would really encourage you to check out the full list of tools available in the StatusGator MCP server. Some pretty wild stuff you can do. For example, have Claude search through your entire code base. Find dependencies that your code has, maybe external tools or APIs, and actually add monitors to your StatusGator board for all of those. There's literally dozens and dozens of tools in our MCP server, and it's pretty amazing what you can do. So check it out and let me know what you would like to see in the MCP server.